And we are live from Troy High School as the University of Detroit Jesuit High School and Academy Cubs take a trip up I-75 up to Troy High School to take on the St. Mary's Eaglets. My name is Aiden London. I'm joined by
Tyler Senkwitz.
And man, we have a game today. These are two Catholic League teams throwing down in the regionals, correct?
Yep, regional first round.
Regional first round. Tyler, what's the key to success for this Cub team today?
I mean, it's stopping the rest of St. Mary's. Trey McKinney will get his points. He'll get his buckets. It's minimizing how much that is, so 25 would probably be preferred for the Cubs tonight, and then it's limiting as many points from the other five on the court, or the four on the court, sorry.
I have to say something similar. Trey McKinney, in the last game that I saw, he played against U of D at U of D. I believe I called that game. One thing the Cubs did really well is they made Trey settle for a lot of tough shots, a lot of off-the-bounce jumpers, a lot of tough threes. Do you think the Cubs will continue to do that tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. I hope so. I mean, when we were there, I mean, that's just not what was happening. I mean, Trey McKinney, I believe, shot over 50% from the field, and that's just, I mean, you can't win a game like that, and the Cubs did end up losing that one in a two-day game. But, I mean, it should be a good one tonight. Like I said, Trey McKinney will be the key here tonight.
Yeah, we're very gracious. Troy High School, lovely gym, Tyler. Wish you guys could see it. Should be a nice floor, no slippery floor incident, Tyler.
Absolutely not. And just talking about what's after this game will be Troy High School versus North Farmington. I mean, North Farm, another team with a Mr. Basketball finalist. So, I mean, that should be a decent game as well. And then looking up to Wednesday, I mean, it's all going to come down to the end.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't know how Brother Rice, U of D, St. Mary's, and North Farmington all ended up on the same side of the bracket. Those are, you know, some of the toughest teams you'll see. Those are all teams who have been ranked in the top 5 at one point throughout the whole year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it just doesn't make sense, but that's how they scheduled it. So we're here to play.
Here to play.
So we'll be back with you guys in about a minute after the anthem.
And we are back after the national anthem. Ooh, we're turning the lights out for the starting. Oh, light show. Tyler, where are we?
It's like some sort of laser tag arena in London. I'm down for it.
Tyler, we're not in Detroit anymore.
Oh, no.
Number 0, Sherrod Barnes, comes out for the St. Mary's Eaglets. Number 1, that's Trey McKinney, the player we were talking about in warm-ups. He's by far the best player on this team. He has an argument as being the best player in the state of Michigan.
Absolutely.
We got Daniel Smythe.
Daniel Smythe, I mean, a real solid shooter for the Eaglets here. I mean, his brother before him was a solid shooter, and now he's just as good as his brother.
That Wisniewski. He'll probably be Banks' matchup down low today.
Wisniewski, a smaller center, but I mean, still very talented. Got enough bounce to get it in, slam it down. So it should be real interesting between him and Banks.
Yeah, Wisniewski gives up a little bit of height, a little bit of weight to Xavier, but he's a sweet shooter on the other end. But it'll be a nice matchup to watch tonight.
Absolutely.
Now we got our Cubs.
Oh, I like the change up on music here now.
Yeah, music and lights. I mean, this is pretty crazy. Number 1, Xavier McLovin Johnson.
And I mean, Xavier Johnson, I mean, a huge role in the first 2 games of this playoff series. So, I mean, he'll be obviously a major factor in the Cubs' role tonight.
Yeah, number 2, Leroy Blyden. Number 3, that's Jamarian Sonny Wilson. It's number 20, Gerard McCoy. He'll likely be who's guarding Trey McKinney. He did a good job on him at U of D.
Another player I think you could see off the bench is Kamdi Nwamba, real solid dude guarding at St. Mary's. Didn't play as much when they were home, but guarded him solidly at St. Mary's.
Talking to Kamdi after the Mary's game at U of D, he was very proud of how he played defensively on Trey McKinney, saying, he did not score on me. I got this.
Absolutely.
Kamdi, tough defender. He'll be probably McCoy's sub, given he gives up a little bit of weight to McKinney. This is a tough game, Tyler. This is when the go gets going.
Absolutely.
This is when it starts mattering. The other 2 teams before, they were tough, but this is our first true, tough matchup, I want to say. I mean, Oak Park, solid ball club, but this team, Mary's, is much better.
And I mean, like you said there, I mean, a lot better. And score prediction for tonight?
I'm going to say it's going to be a high-scoring one. I'm saying Cubs score 72, Eaglets score 68.
I had Cubs by 10 at school.
Goes by 10?
It was by 10.
Cubs by 10. And this Mary's team's going to be tough. Sonny Wilson, Mr. Basketball candidate, he's getting ready. This is a big game for him. He's got to prove his worth. This could be his last game if he does not win. He does not want that to happen. The jump ball will be Banks and Wisniewski. And Tyler, I am excited. This is a rivalry game that extends just not in the playoffs, but into the regular season. These are 2 teams who've gone back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But they're all going to leave it all on the court tonight. This is the only game that matters. As the ball is off, and Eaglets win it. McKinney recovers, tips it back to Barnes. Wilson picks up Barnes up top. McKinney at the elbow. Takes a tough jumper, 15-footer. No good, rebound Wilson.
And I know it was just the first shot of the game, but that's what you like to see. I mean, it was a tough turnaround jumper from the free throw line. I mean, that's what you want him shooting.
Yeah, that's if you want him taking any shot, you want that low percent mid-range. As now McCoy has it up top, swings to Johnson. Johnson takes a couple dribbles, finds Banks down low. Banks stops, fakes, finds Wilson for 3. No good. Rebound number 21, Andrew Smith, finds Barnes. And Eaglets slow it down in transition. Not a bad shot from Wilson. He can make that, but tough non-conversions. McKinney now has the ball. Johnson and Wilson at him. Cubs showing double team. Takes the running layup they call a travel. Took too many steps. Tough defense from the Cubs.
Great defense there from the Cubs. I mean, you like to see that. You can tell that's kind of Coach Donnelly's playing tonight. I'm sure you're going to see a lot of double teams on Trey.
Now Johnson has it on the wing. Starts dribbling. Banks wants it. He's getting position down low as Johnson drives in, and they say he
stepped out.
Donnelly does not like that one. Tough turnover from the sophomore, but he had a good idea on that one.
Yeah, I think what Coach Donnelly's so mad about on that one is that if he would have passed that a step earlier, he wouldn't have been out of bounds, and it would have still got there. I think that was his whole point there. I mean, there was no reason to take that extra dribble.
Like we said, underclassman, still a sophomore, but he'll learn. He's matched up on McKinney right now, as McKinney has it in the low post, up fakes. Triple team on McKinney. Instant pass out, Smythe in the corner for three. It's good.
And that's just what
you
just can't let that happen. I mean, Will Smythe wide open. Sorry, Daniel Smythe, that was his brother. Daniel Smythe wide open in the corner. You just can't let that happen.
Yeah, Smythe's a sharpshooter. If there's anything you can't do, it's leave him open. So now Johnson in the corner finds Leroy Blyden up top, behind the back. Tough move, tough jumper, no good. Rebound McKinney. McKinney's running. Johnson picks him up. McKinney behind the back. Stops, falls. Recovers his dribble, though, finds Barnes. Barnes has McCoy on him. And Eaglets reset. Barnes crosses over McCoy. Tough jumper. It's good. Made the 15-footer there off the bounce. 5-0 Eaglets.
And that's what kind of happened here is like Marys gets on a run here. That's what that did to Rice, and that's what really killed him.
Johnson for three. No good. Rebound Smith. Smith pushing now. Wilson on him. Smith finds Smythe. Smythe has Blyden on him. Finds McKinney. McKinney going to work on Johnson. Dribbles. Combo. Swings to the corner. Barnes for three. Another one's good. That's 8-0 for the Eaglets. Donnelly takes a timeout.
And I mean, it's a needed timeout there for the Cubs. I mean, they just got to relax just a bit, and I'm sure they'll come out back up to the timeout.
Yeah, two open threes, which you can't be giving up to this team. This team will make you pay from deep. And a tough, long two from Barnes. It's not what you like to see early in this one for the Cubs.
No, not at all. And like I said, I mean, real risky defense coming out. I mean, double teaming every time Trey McKinney gets the ball. The 1-3, couldn't get back in transition. So, I mean, it's just tough. If that's the defense they want to play tonight, they're going to have to pick it up a bit.
Yeah, McKinney has not done too much to this point, but it's been his teammates. And like you said in the pregame, McKinney's going to get his baskets. He's going to get his points. We've got to slow down everybody else, and the Cubs have not done that to this point. But McCoy will inbound to Blyden now. And the Cubs look to get on the board with 5:24 to go in the first quarter.
And the one shot the Cubs have right now is Leroy Blyden. I mean, I love Leroy and everything. It's just you got to know your height at that point. He was middle of the lane, getting guarded by two guys. I mean, he should have passed it out.
And not a good shot, not a high percentage shot, as now Blyden has it on the elbow, finds Johnson in the corner. Johnson finds Banks down low. Banks stops, fakes, up and in. Nice finish from Xavier Banks to get the Cubs on the board.
Yeah, and that's what I want to see. I mean, get the ball to our big man and let him cook.
It's old reliable Xavier Banks on the low post as the Eaglets beat the press. Blyden on Smythe now. Smythe gives it right back to Barnes. Johnson denying McKinney in the corner. Barnes going to work on Wilson. Gets a screen from Wisniewski. Barnes fakes. Finds Smith up top. Smith jacks up a three. No good. Rebound Wisniewski. Wisniewski swings to Barnes. Barnes takes it in on McCoy. Jump stop, tough fader. It's good. Barnes has made a lot. That's his 6th point?
I believe so.
Or 7th
6
point.
or 7 if that was a 3.
7th, yeah. 2 tough off the bounce jumpers. You're good. And a 3-ball as Banks now at the top of the key. Banks finds Wilson. Barnes on him. Wilson behind the back, takes it in. Finds Blyden in the corner. Blyden shoots a 3. No good. Rebound Smythe. Smythe finds Barnes. Barnes has Wilson on him. It's a screen from Wisniewski. Barnes drives in. Finds Wisniewski, but he's fouled first. Eaglets will inbound. Now Hatcher looks to come in for Gerard McCoy.
I mean, that's a pretty simple adjustment there for Xavier. I mean, he's just got to keep his feet moving. So,
It's a foul you don't hate as Wisniewski was wide open under the basket. Kind of a preemptive foul. Barnes will be the inbound man now. Barnes fakes, finds McKinney under the basket. Wilson deflects it though. McKinney resets in the corner. McKinney now crosses over. Johnson on him. Wilson shows a quick trap, and he breaks it. Smith has the ball, gives it right back to McKinney. McKinney has Banks and Johnson on him. Takes it in, gets his own rebound, puts it back up and in. Had 2 shots in that possession, made the second one count. That's 12-4 Eaglets.
Yeah, I mean, nice take there, Trey McKinney. They put the score on the wrong side here, but I mean, 12-2. Cubs got to slow the bleeding here.
Hatcher finds Johnson. Johnson shoots a 3. It's good. First 3-pointer for the Cubs falls tonight. That's 5-12. Eaglets lead.
great way for the Cubs to come back there. I mean, they needed to put some points on the board, so Xavier Johnson, nice 3 there.
McKinney is trapped, but he finds Barnes. Barnes finds Smith. Smith takes it on Hatcher. Reverse layup, gets it to go. Hatcher overcommitted in the corner. Smith makes him pay.
And like I said, Cubs being a little aggressive on defense right now. That double team is kind of nipping him in the butt.
Johnson out top of the key. Goes to work, finds Wilson cutting. Wilson stops, takes it in the lane. Tough layup from Wilson. Nice hesitation move, gets him free under the basket. Sherrod Barnes now, Wilson on him full court. Johnson on McKinney now. It's a good physical matchup for both these guys. So McKinney going to work on Johnson, takes it in the lane, takes a tough layup, no good. Rebound Banks, nice rebound from Banks. Wilson has it, Wilson's running. Wilson with his right, takes it in. Tough floater, gets it to go. That's your D1 player and one.
And I mean, that's really what you need there. I mean, Sonny Wilson just getting things done. I mean, that's what this game's going to come down to.
I did not hear the whistle. Oh, excuse me, they called a foul on the floor. Blyden will be the inbound man. Sonny Wilson takes it back in, gets the same shot as he did before and makes it count. McKinney now takes it up for the Eaglets. Johnson on him. McKinney looks to post up from the three-point line. Finds Barnes. Barnes finds Smith. Smith gets stripped by Wilson. Wilson has the ball. Wilson's ready to run. He's faster than anybody out here. He finds Hatcher. Hatcher finds Banks. Banks puts it in the basket. Ball movement from the Cubs in transition.
Great way to come back there from the Cubs, forcing St. Mary's to take a timeout. I mean, that's really what you needed there from the Cubs.
Cubs made the adjustment. Shots are starting to fall. After that first timeout, Tyler, Cubs had not made it through. They had a few good looks. None of them fell, though. These are finally starting to fall, though.
Yeah, and that's I mean, really what you need to see. Now you're coming in within 3, so I mean, that's solid offense there from the Cubs. And like I said, what makes a great player great is even if he's getting double teamed, getting trapped in the corner, he's still scoring. I mean, that's Sonny Wilson for you. I mean, 2 great plays down the court. I mean, he's getting things done. That's a D1 player right there.
That's your Toledo commit. As now, Eagles take a timeout. They let up a run there. Obviously, they still have the lead, 14-11. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. In a back-and-forth game, Tyler, game of runs. Cubs look to capitalize. They keep the same lineup out there, as do the Eaglets. As Barnes now, Wilson picks him up half court. Barnes dribbling. Finds Smythe. Smythe Blyden on him. Smythe finds McKinney. McKinney fakes, spins, and ball gets poked away. McKinney picks up his dribble, takes a tough fader in Xavier Johnson's face, doesn't get it to go. Tough rebound. Xavier Banks finds Wilson. Wilson's running, crosses the lane, takes it in. Tough layup. He is fouled on the shot. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And I mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about there with Sonny. Sonny. Okay, there we go. I mean, that's what we're talking about with Sonny Wilson there. I mean, getting it done on both ends of the court, gets the board, and great effort there from Xavier Banks to get Wisniewski out of the way, but then Sonny goes coast to coast, goes to the line for 2.
Like we said last game, Sonny Wilson's as fast as any player you'll see as he misses the front end. Like we also said last game, Wilson has struggled with consistent free throw shooting. He is a good free throw shooter, but something gets in his head and he doesn't make them as consistently as he can. Wilson gets the second to go. 1 possession game. Eaglets have the ball. Barnes gets the inbound pass. Wilson picks him up. Barnes now. Wilson on him half court. Barnes hesitates. Gets a screen from Smythe. Cubs switch. Blyden on Barnes now. Swings to the corner. Smith dribbles. Another switch. Hatcher on Barnes now. Barnes takes it in, and they call a foul on Hatcher.
And that's really not a great matchup for the Cubs. I mean, Ryan Hatcher on Barnes. I mean, Barnes just a more physical player, and it showed there playing some bully ball all the way to the rim.
I did not foul him on the shot. Got him on the floor. Something I'm not too upset about as McKinney takes the tough leaning mid-range. Doesn't get it to go. Wilson has the ball now. He's running.
And that's another great forced low percentage shot from the Cubs.
Johnson up fakes. He finds Blyden up top. Blyden shoots an open three. No good. Rebound McKinney. McKinney with the ball now. Wilson picks him up. Hatcher and Wilson trap him. Hatcher with the steal. What a steal from Ryan Hatcher. And Hatcher puts it in on Trey McKinney. Nice finish through the defense for Ryan Hatcher.
And the only thing I have to say there is I love Xavier Banks, but on the play before, if we can start getting some extra chances with the ball, offensive positions are going to be huge here.
Yeah, obviously Banks is much bigger than Wisniewski. Or not much bigger. He's got about 2 inches and probably 30 pounds. Wisniewski passes up a three there. He was making them in warm-ups. As Smith shoots a three now for the Eaglets, he gets it to go. That's 17-14 Eaglets.
And that's what we're talking about. I mean, you have to play tight defense on Smythe there, and they're just not doing that right now.
Yeah, Smythe and Smith, both tough three-point shooters. Now Wilson takes it into the lane, step back, hesitation. Steps back, shoots a tough mid-range jumper. Oh, it's good! Sonny Wilson with the heat check.
And that was nice at the buzzer, giving the Cubs some momentum. I mean, that's really what they needed there.
Sonny Wilson has been on fire to this point. He's making everything right now as Eaglets lead by 1 going into the second quarter. Tyler, Cubs are down 1. What's the key for this Cub team to not only tie the game up, but to take the lead and to hold it?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to come down to offensive, like I said, offensive possessions. Who can get the ball more? I think Xavier Banks needs to start grabbing some offensive boards to really help this team out. I mean, there's, like I said, love Xavier Banks. No reason he should be losing any boards to Mason Wisniewski. I mean, solid player, but I mean, like you said, 2 inches, 30, 40 pounds on the kid. You just can't let that happen.
I think Banks will heat up. Donnelly's definitely talking to him about it. I think Banks, as soon as he gets more adjusted to it, he'll realize how much stronger he is, and he'll start getting those boards. He's a beast on the glass when he chooses to be, or when he realizes that he can be. We've seen games where he gets 5, 6, 7 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like you said, I think it's just going to have to come up to get warmed up in this game. And I mean, like, I'm sure we'll be fine by at least halftime.
8 minutes to play in the second as these two teams trot out. They keep lineups the same, at least the Cubs do, as do the Eaglets. Eaglets keep it the same.
It'll be Cubs ball.
It'll be Cubs ball as the Eaglets won the tip. Wilson gets the ball now. Barnes on him. Wilson finds Banks at the top. Banks faces. Banks takes a dribble, finds Wilson cutting in. Banks finds Blyden. Blyden crosses between the legs. Stops. Blyden takes it in the lane. Tough floater. No good. He can make that sometimes, but not that time. Smythe gets the pass. He gives it right back to Barnes, though. Barnes now. Banks on him on the switch. Hatcher gets it right back. Barnes takes it in. No good. Long rebound, Banks. Banks gets clotheslined by Smith, though, but he sticks with it.
And
Cub ball.
You can see Coach Donnelly there real upset with Xavier. I mean, he knows Xavier should be getting all of these boards right now, and he's just not being able to crowd the ball in.
Wilson now getting orders from Donnelly. Finds Banks up top. Banks faces. Fakes a pass to Blyden. Finds Wilson. Sets a screen for him. Cubs initiate weave. Johnson crosses over. Stops. Finds Wilson. Wilson takes it in. Tough runner. Gets it to go. All Sonny Wilson right now. 18-17 Cubs get their first lead.
And it looks like Sonny will now pick up Sherrod Barnes, which I think is a better matchup for the Cubs than Ryan Hatcher on him.
The Cubs have been showing Wilson on Barnes, but the switches have really hurt the Cubs to this point. Barnes is a lot stronger than some of the smaller U of D guards. Is now Barnes shoots the off the bounce three, no good. Rebound Hatcher. Hatcher finds Wilson. Wilson now slows it down, finds Hatcher. Hatcher shoots a three, no good. Rebound McKinney. McKinney now bringing the ball up. Johnson on him, behind the back, takes it in, hop step, Euro step, and one. Tough finish from Trey McKinney.
Hello. Like you said, a great finish there, Trey McKinney. I mean, that's just part of he's going to get his points when he gets his points. So,
number 4, Jackson Wayzlewski checks in for number 21, Andrew Smith. A little bit smaller than Smith, We'll see what he shows for this Eaglets team. As now Cubs initiate weave. Blyden has it. Finds Wilson on the elbow. Excuse me, on the wing. Wilson behind the back. 3-ball. Oh, Sonny Wilson! Another one for him.
And I mean, Sonny Wilson is absolutely on fire right now. I mean, every possession the Cubs offensively have, he's getting the ball. He's touching it at least 1-2 times. I mean, he wants the ball. It's his show right now.
Sonny Wilson looking like an NBA 2K player right now with those behind the back moves as McKinney takes it in, takes the layup. Offensive foul. Way for Ryan Hatcher to take a charge. Or excuse me, did they call? What did they call?
Blocking. She called charge
the blocking?
and then she switched to blocking.
All right, Hatcher looked to be straight up. Nice defensive play from him. Unfortunately, does not get rewarded. Trey McKinney back-to-back and ones. Gets it to go. 23-21, Eaglets lead.
So now Kamdi Nwamba will check in the game for Ryan Hatcher. It doesn't really surprise me. He came in for Jordan McCoy, and I'm sure we might see him on Trey.
Hey, Kamdi Nwamba, don't want to call him a defensive specialist, but that's what he's really, really good at. So now Kamdi finds Leroy. Leroy swings to Johnson up top. Johnson gets a screen from Nwamba, who finds Wilson. Wazlewski on Wilson now. Crossover move. Spin move. Hesitation. Finds Leroy. Leroy drives in. Leroy stops. Leroy crosses over. Finds Banks. Banks fakes the three. Banks takes it in now. Finds Johnson, and Johnson now takes it in. Johnson stops. He's looking for somebody. Finds Wilson. And Cubs look to reset. Tough defensive possession from the Eaglets. Cubs staying patient, though, is what you like to see. Is now Wilson finds Johnson. Johnson loses it to McKinney. McKinney and Johnson on the break. Tough finish from Trey McKinney, the sophomore on the other sophomore. As now Johnson will bring the ball up for the Cubs.
And I mean, you can tell Sonny Wilson not too happy about that one. These young guards trying to dribble it a bit too much for his liking, and I'm sure we'll see him with the ball more on this possession.
Banks at the top. Now he's been quiet on offense, so he takes it in. Loses it, gets it right back, finds Kamdi. Kamdi loses it. He steps out of bounds. It'll be Eaglets ball going down. Eaglets up 25-21, 4:36 to play in the first half.
Yeah, and that one just, I mean, a silly mistake there from Xavier. I mean, bounced it right off his foot. That's a tough break.
Sherrod Barnes, Wilson on him. Finds Smythe. Smythe finds Wazlewski. Wilson on him now. Kamdi on McKinney. Cubs show trap. Wazlewski finds Barnes in the corner. Barnes shoots a three. No good. Long rebound, Kamdi. Kamdi finds Wilson. Wilson's ready to run. Stops. Finds Leroy. Leroy drives in. Tough layup. No good. They call a goaltending. Blyden will get his layup to count.
Yeah, I mean, nice take there. I mean, Wisniewski knew it was clearly goaltending. He was just going to go up and block it anyways.
Nice take from Leroy Blyden, the little guy. He may give up some height, but he does not give up any confidence. As now Cubs showing full court press. Smythe beats it, finds Wisniewski. Smythe throws the pass to Wisniewski's feet. Turnover, Eaglets. The scoreboard has still not been updated. It should be 23-25, I believe.
There it is. 23.
There we go. Better late than never. As now Wilson has the ball, finds Blyden.
The scoreboard a bit slow here. It's been all game, so.
Banks up top. Banks fakes the three. Finds Wilson. Wilson has Smythe on him. Blyden now. Blyden finds Banks down low. Banks ups, fakes, takes the tough layup, gets it to go. 25 all.
And I mean, Cubs getting killed in transition here. That's 2 times down the court where they had a man wide open, and the Cubs really had to hustle back to go get him.
Barnes now. Banks on him. I don't like this matchup.
And you got Leroy Blyden guarding Wisniewski.
Wazlewski wide open in the corner, gets it to go. Nobody within 15 feet of that guy. Cubs crashed. Nobody had him, but Blyden beats the press now. Blyden now looking to set something up. Finds Nwamba. Nwamba fakes a pass, gets it stolen. Wisniewski goes for the dunk, doesn't get it to go. And they call a foul on Trey McKinney on Kamdi Nwamba.
And it looks like he'll be checking out after he just tossed that ball to the other team.
Yeah, that was Mason Wisniewski wanted to put Xavier Banks on a poster. Fortunately, he's no Xavier Johnson, so now McCoy will inbound to Wilson.
And it was a nice block there from Xavier Banks to force him to miss that dunk, and nice save there from Kamdi Nwamba.
(28-25) Eaglets lead. Wilson brings the ball up for the Cubs now. Wilson finds McCoy. Cubs initiate weave. Johnson has it now. Blyden on the wing. Blyden drives in, finds McCoy in the corner. McCoy gives it right back to Blyden. Johnson up top now. Johnson takes it in, hop step, loses it. Johnson looking for somebody, finds Wilson. Wilson's on the block. Spin move. They call is that a foul or a jump ball call?
That'd be a foul.
It'll be a foul. Wilson would go to the line to shoot two.
Another nice take there, Sonny Wilson. I mean, like I said before, I mean, he's just going to take this offense over, and Coach Don's going to let him run.
This is a guy who's been in charge of this U of D offense for 4 years now. You see some of these younger guys making mistakes. He says, you know what, I'll just do it myself, as he misses the first free throw.
And I mean, still slightly struggling from the line here tonight. I mean, it's uncharacteristic of his first 3 years here, but it's been pretty characteristic of this last year.
Wilson now. Misses both. McKinney gets the rebound. McKinney picks up his dribble, finds Barnes. Barnes finds Smythe. Gives it to McKinney. McKinney shoots the Duff three, gets it to go. That's a D1 player right there as Banks inbounds to Blyden.
I mean, Cubs getting absolutely killed in this double team right now. I mean, your one rule has to be, I mean, there has to be one guy at least on Trey McKinney. I mean, that was a set foot three. I mean, Gerard was coming over to guard him, but either way, that's a wide open three.
Can now let Trey McKinney get set as now Wilson has McKinney on him. Wilson shoots a three in McKinney's face, no good. Long rebound, Banks. They'll say it was off somebody. Blyden picks it up though. Blyden behind the back, takes it in. Fade away, no good. Rims out, McKinney gets the rebound. McKinney looks to slow it down.
And again, there was a bit of a forced shot there from a younger player. I mean, just unnecessary. He's going into a double team, just pass it out after that.
McKinney behind the back on Johnson. Tough three, air ball. Trey McKinney tried to get a little bit too cute, made the behind the back step back, did not convert though, as Wilson will bring the ball up for the Cubs now. Cubs down 6 with a minute to play in the first half. McCoy has the ball up top, gives it to Johnson. Johnson between the legs, takes it in, finds Wilson. Wilson fakes, finds Johnson up top. Johnson fakes a three, hop step, floater, gets it to go. Nice finish from Xavier Johnson to make it a 4-point game.
Cubs could really use a stop here, get this one a little closer going into half.
Cubs showing Gerard McCoy on Sherrod Barnes now. This is a matchup he hasn't seen yet. Johnson on McKinney. Johnson playing deny on McKinney. They do not want him to get the last shot of the half. McCoy playing great defense on Barnes. He's so good on defense. Barnes now takes it in on McCoy. Stops, brings it right back out. 17 to play. Barnes trying to lull McCoy to sleep. McCoy's not falling asleep though. 8 seconds. Barnes takes it in. Loses it. They'll say going down for the Cubs. 3 seconds. Sherrod Barnes held the ball for about 30 seconds and threw the ball out of bounds.
And I mean, that's just great defense there from Gerard McCoy.
3 seconds. Sonny's going to run and chuck something up. Takes it in. Tough running three. No good. Cubs down 4 going into halftime, Tyler.
Real smart play there from Sonny Wilson. I know he was going full pace down that court, but he saw Trey McKinney standing there ready to take that charge if he wanted to run right into him. Smart way not to waste a foul going into half.
Cubs have looked good. Eaglets have looked better as they lead by 4 going into halftime. Tyler, what needs to change for this Cubs team?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this defense is a bit ambitious for what they're trying to do right now. I mean, you got to play fast plays, and if you're going to be switching like that, you know, you need a one-man open, it can't be Trey McKinney. I mean, it comes down to that simple fact. I mean, when I get they're kind of shifting over on that double team, but you always have to have at least one man on Trey.
Trey cannot be left alone. He's a dangerous player. He's got offers from Michigan, Michigan State, and Alabama, I believe.
Yeah.
He's going to win it all this year. Great, but Cubs still, they're hanging strong. 'Cause if they get their shots to fall, they've had a lot of good looks they haven't converted yet. Mary's has been red hot. They have not missed many open threes.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll be back with you in about 10 minutes.
And we are back from Troy High School. I'm Aiden London.
I'm Tyler Senkwitz.
Cubs down 4 entering the third quarter. What do you think Donnelly talked to his guys about at halftime?
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, I mean, it's just, I don't want to say get the ball to Sonny, but I mean, it's got to be put a ball in a senior's hands. I mean, this is their last half, possibly of basketball. So, I mean, him and Xavier have to come out and ball out, give themselves another game on Wednesday night.
Yeah, like you said, one of these teams playing their last half of basketball this year. One of these seasons will end by 7 o'clock tonight. Is now Eaglet show Smith, Barnes, Smythe, McKinney, Wisniewski, and the Cubs show Johnson, Banks, McCoy, Blyde, and Wilson. Cubs need to start converting their open looks if they want to make this one competitive. Now Barnes finds McKinney. McKinney, Johnson on him. Finds Barnes. Gives it right back to McKinney. McKinney calls for a Smythe cut. McKinney posting up on Johnson. Wilson double teams, finds Barnes up top. Barnes wide open three, gets it to go. 34-27 Eaglets. Blyden now, Smythe on him. Gets a screen from McCoy, shoots a three, it gets it to go! Leroy Blyden gets a three to fall, cuts the lead to 4.
Yeah, and that's really what you need Cubs to come out and do is come out and hit shots.
Johnson's on McKinney at the half-court circle. McKinney takes it in on Johnson, tough layup, it's good. I don't even think McKinney could see the basket, but he finished that one. Blyden finds Banks. Banks with the right, gets it to go. Cubs match both threes, match the three, and then go match the right-handed layup. Great offense from the Cubs. Cubs just need to tighten up on defense, as now Wilson's on Barnes. Barnes finds Smith. Smith beats the press. McCoy on him. Wilson on Barnes now. Wilson giving him a little bit of breathing room as Johnson has McKinney. He's not giving him any breathing room. He calls for a screen from Smythe. Johnson gets around it. McKinney step back three, no good. And they say rebound was off Wisniewski. Cubs ball.
Yeah, and that's great D there from the Cubs. I mean, really slowing things down, forcing a bad shot, and now it'll be Cubs ball.
Going now. Finds Wilson. Wilson finds Banks on the elbow. Banks fakes, finds McCoy up top. McKinney on him. Blyden, another three. Ooh, no good. Rebound Smythe. Smythe finds McKinney. McKinney running. McCoy on him. Tough layup. It's good. You cannot let McKinney get that close to the basket. He converts, makes it a 6-point game. Johnson finds Wilson up top. Wilson has Smythe on him. He takes it in, and they call a foul on Smythe. Cubs will inbound under the basket.
Yeah, and that was just a tough break on that last possession for the Cubs. Leroy almost got that ball back, tipped in the direction of Xavier Johnson. He didn't have positioning, almost gave up on that play. And like I said, offensive possessions are going to be the key here. So the more the Cubs can steal, the better.
Wilson, Blyden shoots another three. No good. Rebound Wisniewski. Wisniewski finds Smith. Smith finds Barnes. Wilson on Barnes now.
Another thing is, I mean, just again there, Xavier Banks getting boxed out by Wisniewski. I mean, it's not making sense. Nice
Ooh, McCoy does not let Barnes have any of that trash in his painted area as Wilson now takes it in. Tough layup, gets it to go.
I mean, real nice take there. Sonny Wilson going coast to coast again. I mean, that's a senior doing senior things in a possible last half of his basketball career.
Wilson and Blyden trap Smythe. He beats it, though. Smith has the ball, takes it in, finds Wisniewski under the basket. Wisniewski dunks. Blyden now has the ball for the Cubs coming down. Blyden has Smythe on him. He finds Johnson. Johnson up fakes, finds McCoy. McCoy has McKinney on him. Wilson has the ball now. Barnes on him. Wilson finds Johnson posted up. They call a foul on Smythe for reaching on Johnson. That'll be his second, team second.
And you can tell he's really not too happy about that one. But just one more time, I mean, Xavier Banks is just, he's got to lock into this game right now if he wants to keep playing ball this year.
Johnson will be the inbound man for the Cubs. Johnson finds Wilson. Wilson in the corner. McCoy up top, shoots a three. No good. Finds Smith. Smith's running now. Takes it into McCoy. Tough defense from McCoy. Better finish from Smith. As now Blyden will bring the ball up for the Cubs. Blyden has Smythe on him. McCoy fakes the screen. Johnson in the corner. Johnson dribbling. Finds Wilson at the half-court circle. Wilson calls for a screen from Banks. Johnson has the ball now. Blyden up top. Blyden finds McCoy. McCoy finds Wilson curling. Wilson takes it in. Floater. No good. Gets his own rebound. Puts it right back up and in. Sonny Wilson making everything right now.
And I mean, that's what you love to see out of your senior point guard. I mean, getting his own rebounds. I mean, like I said, that's the grind they're going to need to come back in this game.
Cubs looking to speed up the Eaglets, but they beat the press. As now Johnson's on McKinney. McKinney gets a screen from Smythe. Crosses over, takes it in on Johnson. Tough mid-range jumper. It gets it to go. McKinney cannot miss this half. Wilson now. Gets a screen from McCoy. Takes it in. Tough floater. No good. Rebound McCoy. McCoy fakes it. Goes up. No good. Rebound Smith. McKinney gets it now. McKinney takes it in on Johnson. Into the paint. Gets stripped. And they'll say it's... We'll say it's Eaglet's ball. Stays down. McKinney holding his hand. Looks like he fell on it a little weird.
It looks like he might have bent his pinky the wrong way.
That's a tough one. Is now Ryan Hatcher gets Gerard McCoy. After the big pileup, doing a little towel cleanup, avoiding that slippery floor. Tyler, right now this Eagles team cannot miss. They've made a lot of insanely tough layups.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, I don't know what more to say. I mean, it's just at this point you got to disrupt Trey McKinney as much as you can.
McKinney gets a wide open rebound. Somebody forgot to box him out. That extends their lead to 10. Wilson trying to calm his team down, gets a screen from Hatcher. Hatcher's wide open. Wilson finds him. He's too deep now, though. Wilson now has the ball right back. Banks wants it down low. Does not get it. Wilson now takes it in, dribbles, hop step, layup, and one! Sonny Wilson keeping the Cubs in this one. I mean, Tyler, he's got to have at least 20 of this Cubs' 38 team points.
Yeah, and you can see Xavier Banks getting a little upset with him not passing it to him in the paint. But, I mean, at this rate, I mean, you really can't be mad at him. He's going to take over this game one way or another.
Like we said, I'd like to see a little bit more of Xavier Banks on offense. He gets those high percentage shots, those layups that we really need right now as Wilson converts the and one, call it a 7-point game. Cubs still showing press. Smith finds Barnes. Barnes and Hatcher trap, Eagles beat press. Trey McKinney running layup, no good. Rebound Banks. Banks finds Wilson. Wilson and Banks running now. Wilson slows it down, jacks up a three, no good. Rebound McKinney. They call a foul on Hatcher.
You can see Trey McKinney playing with a bit of anger here as well. I mean, he's kind of getting a bit upset. So, I mean, it could come to the Cubs' advantage towards the end of this game.
Smith, the inbound man for the Eaglets, finds Smythe. Smythe finds Smith. Smith finds Barnes. Barnes beats the press. He takes it in now. Barnes fakes it, takes the tough running layup, no good. Wisniewski on the putback. They call a foul. He'll go to the line to shoot two.
And I mean, real tough break there for the Cubs.
The Cubs forgot to box out Wisniewski, which you cannot do. And they got him on the. They fouled him on the putback. Wisniewski now makes the first. Wisniewski taking his time. Misses the second. Rebound Xavier Banks. He finds Wilson. Cubs down 8. Wilson gets a screen from Hatcher. Wilson takes it baseline. Stops. Finds Hatcher up top. Hatcher shoots the three. It's good! Great find from Sonny Wilson. Better make from Ryan Hatcher.
And I think that was a Cubs timeout there, full timeout.
The Cubs just want to slow this one down. Nice find from Wilson. Ryan Hatcher making that one 5 feet behind the three-point line. Great make from Ryan Hatcher.
Yeah, real nice shot there from Ryan. I mean, that's what you need from a younger player right there. Not trying to do too much, got an open look and knocked it down.
Ryan Hatcher, probably the best catch and shoot guy on this team. He is so good in that situation.
Yeah, and I mean, it needs to be said that nobody really in any foul trouble on either team, so I mean, that's not going to be a factor, like I said, later in the game. The only thing is I still, like I said, saw Trey McKinney got a little upset after he kind of come down on that hand a little wrong, so I don't know if that twisted him the wrong way, but you can tell he was a bit upset on that next possession.
2:16 to play in the third. Cubs taking their full timeout. Tyler, I just think if the Cubs want to win, they got to find a way to cool off this Eaglets team. This team has made everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, I mean, it was about disrupting Trey McKinney's flow. They kind of did that because he came out of the half way too hot. Cubs couldn't handle that little, like I said, whatever he did to his hand might have helped a bit there, but you really got to disrupt the Cubs' flow.
Cubs keep the lineup the same, as do the Eaglets. Cubs showing full court press. They're not abandoning this. It's served them well at this point, but Marys has beat the press very well tonight. Really only throwing one turnover and getting a lot of easy looks out of this press.
Team press has really kind of been hurting the Cubs.
Barnes the inbound man. Hatcher's pressing him. They find Smith. Smith gives it right back to Barnes. Hatcher on him. Barnes finds Smith again. Smith crosses half court, finds Barnes. Barnes slows it down, takes it in on a Hatcher. Drives into the lane, tough floater, gets it to go. Hatcher played that one pretty much perfectly, but tough finish from Sherrod Barnes. It's Wilson now. Spin move. Takes into the paint. Up fakes a layup. Banks gets it right back, and they call a foul on the shot. Banks will go to the line to shoot two.
Nice take for there from Banks off the, like you said, off the rebound or pass from Sonny Wilson, if you want to call it that. But, I mean, nice. Hopefully you can knock them both down from the line.
Javier gets a nice roll on the first one. Banks converts the second, makes both. Nice free throw shooting from the big man. Barnes, the inbound man for the Cubs, or excuse me, Eaglets. Barnes finds McKinney. Hatcher on McKinney, not the matchup you like to see. McKinney beats the press on his own. They call a travel. McKinney took 2 hop steps. Nice call from the referees. Nice defense from the Cubs.
Real nice D there from the Cubs. I mean, that's what you really like to see there. I mean, like I said, nice D, and then it'll be Cubs ball. I mean, that's what it's all about right now. Stealing possessions. Cubs need to come back.
He said McKinney tried to do it himself, did a little bit too much. Johnson will be the inbound man. He'll try to find Wilson. He does. Wilson now, Smith on him. Gives it right back to Johnson. Hatcher now, Blyden on the wing. Blyden gets a screen from Banks, crosses over, takes it in. Tough mid-range jumper, no good. Leroy Blyden's been ice cold to this point.
And I mean, that's another one, like I said, Leroy Blyden, I mean, just trying to do a little too much. I mean, he's got 3 more years here. I mean, Sonny Wilson needs to be the one taking these harder shots.
Kinney, tough mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound Johnson. Johnson finds Wilson. Wilson pushing now. Wilson stops. Banks calling for it down low. Cross-court pass to Hatcher. Hatcher shoots the 3. It's good! Ryan Hatcher from deep.
And I mean, that's really what you need is one of the shooters on this team to get hot with 50 seconds to go in this third quarter.
Cubs cut the lead to 2 is Smith now. Blyden pokes it out of his hand. It'll say it remains Eagles ball, but they'll have to inbound again.
And either way, Cubs bench loving that. I mean, they just need to get pressure. They need to get the energy back in this building and give some of these Cubs something to cheer about.
Smith finds McKinney. Johnson on him. McKinney gives it right back to Smith. Smith finds Barnes. Hatcher on Barnes. Barnes crosses over. 36 seconds to play. Barnes between the legs. Crosses it over. Takes it in on Hatcher. Gets the nice roll. Nice finish from Sherrod Barnes is now Wilson. Dribbling. Smith on him. Xavier wants the ball down low.
And with 20 seconds to go, I mean, you assume the last shot maybe.
Wilson takes the floater. Banks gets his rebound. Banks stops, gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Banks cleaning up Wilson's tough floater. Nice rebound from him. Nice way to get himself into good positioning.
And that's what you've been waiting for all night. I mean, Banks finally able to get some of these boards to come his way. That's what you wanted to see.
Cubs down 4. Banks will try to make that down 2. Just gets the first one to go. Kamdi Nwamba now checks in for Ryan Hatcher. Banks now, attempt his second. No good, rimmed out. Kamdi Nwamba with a nice swim move though. Oh, Smith recovers though. Smith finds McKinney. McKinney only has Blyden on him. Takes the running layup. Looked like a travel. They call a foul. McKinney will shoot 2.
I mean, that's just one thing that can't happen. 6 seconds to go, and they get a free runner down the court. Now they'll be able to have a shot for 2.
Cubs down 3. McKinney will shoot 2 now. Both teams playing a relatively clean game. Eaglets only have 5 team fouls. Cubs only have 3. McKinney makes the first. McKinney to take his second. It's good. 3 seconds. Cubs down 5. Blyden has the ball. Blyden hesitates. Taken in. Running 3. No good. Call. Quarter over. Buzzer did not sound.
And that's just a tough break for the Cubs. Could have stole some points back, and they just weren't able to hit that shot there.
Tyler, I think the X factor for this fourth quarter, possibly the last quarter for this Cubs team, they need Leroy Blyden to heat up. He's been ice cold. He's had some shots that he generally makes all year. If he starts shooting them at some kind of clip, this Cubs will be right back in this game.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's about at this point. I mean, he's that cold. I mean, it's more just do your job. You know, he's getting the dribble drive, getting the penetration, and then kick it. I mean, there's no reason for him to be taking some of these shots For me personally, I would be kicking it. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's at this point where it's just do your job, dribble drive, get the penetration, get the defense moving, get them coming to you, swing it out. Xavier Johnson, Sonny Wilson.
Both those guys good spot-up shooters. 8 minutes. One of these teams playing the last 8 minutes of their season. Cubs down 5. Need a nice comeback now.
Because I saw Sonny talking to him after one of those shots, and I think that's kind of what he was saying to him. And, you know, it's like, do your job, dribble drive. Let's get the dribble drive. Let's move that defense around some, and then let's kick it out. Let's open for an open shot, or somebody else can come back, dribble drive themselves.
Cubs facing some serious adversity with their season on the line, down 5. Eaglets looking to hold on. Cubs doing a huddle. Sonny Wilson hyping up his team. This could be his last quarter if these Cubs do not make a nice comeback. Cubs keep the lineup, or excuse me, Hatcher gets Nwamba. Eaglets keep it the same. Wilson now. Smith on him. Wilson takes it in. Finds Banks up top. Banks gives it right back to Wilson. Wilson goes blind to clear out. Gets the screen from Banks. Banks finds Johnson in the corner. Johnson shoots the 3. It's good! It's good! Xavier Johnson cuts the lead to 2.
And, I mean, that's really like what I said there. I mean, dribble drive, open penetration, get that defense moving some. And that'll be a timeout. Timeout on the Eaglets there. I don't know if the coach didn't like what he saw or something, but he'll take a timeout.
A quick timeout from the Eaglets there. They haven't taken many to this point. Coach just wants to talk it down. He wants to keep their lead. Like you said, Tyler, already doing it, finding Johnson open in the corner. Better spot-up shooter than you'll usually see. You see him on the dribble drive on those high-flying slams, but nice spot-up 3 from him there. Yeah,
and I kind of figured he was going to dribble drive that, but, I mean, they were giving him so much space. They were practically daring him to shoot it. He shot it, and he sunk it. So, I mean, great shooting there, Xavier Johnson.
He's got that nice lefty jumper. Makes him pay on the open shot there.
So, I mean, obviously on offense now, I mean, that's what you would like to see the Cubs do. Somebody's got to get that dribble drive, get that defense moving just a bit, get somebody open for either a spot-up 3 or another drive attempt.
Smith now the inbound man. Hatcher pressing him. Smythe now, blind on him, half full court. Gives it back to Smith. Smith crosses over. Smythe now, blind on him. Hesitates, finds McKinney. Kinney hesitates, takes it in. Kicks it to the corner. Smith for 3. No good. Rebound Johnson. Johnson finds Wilson now. Wilson has Smith on him. Sonny stops. Barnes on him now. Hatcher up top. Hatcher drives in, finds Wilson. Wilson curls, finds Johnson. Johnson fakes, finds Wilson. Wilson drives, stops, takes it in. Tough layup, and 1! That's the senior, Sonny Wilson, taking over the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and I mean, again, more of just what I was saying at half. I mean, it's that dribble drive. It's that basic Cubs offense they're doing right now. Get penetration, get them moving, get them out of position. Sonny Wilson, great finish at the rim.
Sonny Wilson still playing with composure. We need him to make this free throw to take the lead. The first lead of the second half. Makes it. 54-53, Cubs lead.
That should be the first Cubs lead of the game, honestly.
They had it earlier for a little bit, but Barnes now. Wilson on him, full court. Wilson wants this game badly. It is now Barnes has the ball. Wilson picks him up. Kinney gets the ball, Johnson on him. Kinney calls for a screen from Wisniewski. Wisniewski pops. McKinney crosses over on Johnson. Tough mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound, Wilson. They say Wilson stepped out of bounds. It'll be Eaglets' ball under the basket.
Yeah, and it was a tough board. It just tipped off his hands. He had a guy kind of pressing up from behind him. So, I mean, tough board. Could have grabbed it probably, but it'll remain Eaglets' ball.
Eaglets inbounding under the basket. Smith, the inbound man, finds Barnes in the corner. Barnes. Wilson on him. Gets a switch. Hatcher on Barnes now. Barnes between the legs, takes it in. Tough runner. They call a foul on Hatcher.
And I mean, honestly, not a terrible foul there from Hatcher. I mean, Barnes has been pretty money from within the paint, so I mean, I have no problem setting the line, make him earn it for 2.
Barnes to shoot 2 now. Makes the first, 54 all. Gerard McCoy gets Ryan Hatcher now. Barnes makes both, 55-54. And now Jason Wisniewski will get Sherrod Barnes. Or Wazlewski, excuse me, is now Wilson. Is Wazlewski on him. He takes it in, finds Johnson up top. Johnson up fakes. Spin move. Running layup. No good. Rebound McKinney. Johnson needed that runner to go. Is now McKinney taking it down. 5:50 to play. McKinney, tough layup and one.
Yeah, and this is the exact opposite of what could happen right now. I mean, Cubs playing a bit selfish on their own end. Xavier Johnson, I mean, no pass for Xavier Johnson. I mean, took it, dribble drive himself all the way right in, thought he could get a foul. He didn't, so I mean, that's just a bit of selfishness. Like I said, got to get back to what worked for him right from the start.
McKinney gets his free throw to go. That makes it a 2-possession game for the Eaglets. Wilson now. Wazlewski on him. Johnson finds Blyden. Blyden takes it in, tough layup. It's good! Leroy Blyden gets one of his runners to go, make it a 2-point game. Wazlewski now. Wilson on him. He gives it back to Smith. McCoy's on Smith. Smith finds Wazlewski. Wilson's on Wazlewski. Finds Smith. McCoy on him. Now it's Johnson on McKinney. Eaglets looking to draw up play. Trey McKinney on Johnson. McKinney stops. Finds Wazlewski. Wazlewski swings to the corner. Smith drives in. Tough running reverse layup. Gets it to go. 4-point lead for the Eaglets. Leroy Blyden now. Takes it in. Swings to Johnson in the corner. Johnson for 3. No good. Off of Wisniewski. Tough box up from Banks. Cubs will inbound the ball now.
And I mean, that's what you really like to see there. I mean, Banks is fighting with everything he's got with his last 4 minutes. I mean, they need everything they can get in every possession.
Referee's talking to a police officer now. Kind of confused.
I think he wants that back behind the St. Mary's net cleared out because there's a lot of people standing on that pad over there. That's pretty dangerous if a kid comes flying in there.
McCoy gets the inbound from Blyden. Wilson curls. Drives in. Tough layup. It's good! Sonny Wilson refuses to lose as he takes it in.
And I mean, again, that's really what they need. Down by 2 now. Sonny Wilson take overtime.
McKinney. Johnson on him. Now Wilson rips him! Smith recovers, though. Swings to the corner. Wazlewski. 3-ball. It's good. Wilson had the nice poke. Unfortunately, Smith recovered. Wilson snatch back. 3-ball. No good. Gets his own rebound. Finds McCoy. McCoy for 3. No good. They call a rebound. They call a foul. They're going to call it on Wilson.
Foul on Wilson there.
Going for the rebound. Cubs had a few 3-balls. None of them went.
And I mean, that's what you need. I mean, Sonny Wilson, 4 minutes left, is fighting for everything right now. I mean, he's got 5 fouls. Might as well use them all.
Say it's on Sonny. Scoreboard has it wrong. Scoreboard's been struggling all day. Both teams at 6 team fouls. I think the next one will put either team into the bonus.
Cubs look like they'll press here.
Smith, the inbound man, finds Wazlewski. Wilson on him. Wilson presses him. So not letting him breathe. Spin move. Wisniewski finds McKinney. McKinney has Johnson on him now. McKinney crosses over, takes it in. Spin move, layup. Great defense from everybody, but Wisniewski recovers the rebound, misses it again, and they call a foul on McCoy on McKinney's third chance.
I mean, 3-4 chances under the rim. I mean, he's going to get one eventually, and that's a tough break for there from the Cubs. I mean, you just can't let him get 4 rebounds right in a row.
Do not do that. McKinney will go to the line to shoot 2. Cubs can't afford to give up many more points. So McKinney converts the first. Ryan Hatcher gets Gerard McCoy now. Troy McKinney makes both. Call it a 7-point game. Cubs will take a timeout.
I believe that was actually
Mary's timeout.
Full timeout from Mary's. And 3:45 left. I mean, it's do or die here for the Cubs, down by 7.
Down 7. Cubs season on the line. Need a miracle.
And like I said, at this point, I mean, realistically, Sonny Wilson needs 12 points. I mean, that's what it's going to come down to.
That's what it's going to have to happen. This Cubs team cannot get a stop right now.
Somebody's going to either have to get hot for the Cubs. Ryan Hatcher, maybe. I mean, Gerard McCoy's 3-point was wide open. Too much adrenaline rush, I'm sure. And I mean, so I think the only guy that's on this team that's prepared for this moment is Sonny Wilson. So.
Sonny needs to activate takeover, win this game for the Cubs. He's kept him in it to this point.
Yeah.
Sonny Wilson has carried this team. Not through the regular season. He's had a fair offensive load. But at least through this game, Sonny has kept them in this one.
And I mean, that's what you would expect from your senior point guard. If you want the ball in anyone's hand, it's got to be your senior point guard that's been here for 4 years. So I mean, like I said, I mean, realistically, 12 points from Sonny Wilson would be nice in 3 minutes. We'll see if it's going to happen.
Ryan Hatcher will inbound to Wilson now. Wilson between the legs, drives in, stops, spin move, takes it in, finds Johnson. Johnson, Hatcher. Hatcher for 3! No good. Long rebound, Wilson. Wilson drop steps, layup, gets it to go. There's 2 of his 12, Tyler.
Yeah, I mean, that's great offense there. Sonny Wilson fight for those boards. Nice cut, nice put back there.
Smythe now blinding on him. Smythe beats the press, finds Smith. Smith drives in, Hatcher on him. Passes it back out to McKinney. McKinney looks to reset for the Eaglets.
And Coach Don understands. I mean, there's no shot clock. They got to get up in their face, press them, force them to shoot.
McKinney, fadeaway jumper, gets it to go. Extends the lead back up to 7. McKinney continuing to make tough shots as Blyden crosses over. Finds Johnson up top. Johnson fakes the 3. Hatcher gives it back to Johnson. Johnson fakes another 3. Hatcher shoots a real one. It's good! Ryan Hatcher. The Cubs will take a timeout now. It's a 4-point game.
And I mean, real smart timeout there, Coach Don. Getting the ball in the hand of his shooter right now. Ryan Hatcher hot. So, I mean, I love the play call. Sonny, but I still said Sonny Wilson. I mean, he's your guy when it's going to get done.
Cubs staying in this one. 2:39 to play. Only down 4. 2-possession game. Sherrod Barnes, who is sitting on the bench for Wisniewski.
Yeah, and plenty of time. That needs to be added as well. I mean, we're talking like it's 2 seconds left in this game, and we still got 2:30. That's probably 3 or 4 more possessions in high school basketball down the court for both teams. So, I mean, I'm sure Mary's isn't going to come out and be like, all right, let's just dribble this out, 2:30. The Cubs just can't let them do that. So I'm sure they're going to draw something up on this press here. I'm assuming that's off the 3 ball. And you just got to get up in their face, force a turnover, foul if necessary, just not Trey McKinney.
Cubs playing for their season, playing for their lives, down 4, 2:39 to play. Tensions are high. Battle of wills now. Smith will inbound for the Eaglets. Smith inbounds to McKinney. Johnson on him. Wilson and Johnson trap McKinney, but he finds Barnes, who finds Smith. Eaglets already beat the press. Barnes looks to slow it down now.
And this is where you got to get up in their face. I mean, 220. Somebody's got to step up, force a turnover.
Barnes gets a screen from Wisniewski. Cubs trap him. Banks with the steal. Finds Wilson. Wilson running. Stops up and fouled by Wisniewski. Wilson will go to the line to shoot 2.
And Xavier Banks quiet all night. Huge play there on the double team trap. I mean, force them to bob it around. He just didn't do that. I mean,
Banks dove for that ball like his life depended on it. Great steal from the big man, Xavier Banks. Sonny needs to make both of these now. Gets the first one.
Yeah, I mean, not been the most consistent tonight, but I would be surprised if he missed possibly another one in this end of this game. Knock on wood, obviously.
Cubs. Wilson makes both. Cubs down 2. Smith will inbound for the Eaglets. Hatcher pressing him. Hatcher jumping for joy. Smith finds Barnes. Barnes, nice pocket pass to Smith. Smith beats the press. Smith looks to slow it down now. Smith finds McKinney.
And that's who they wanted the ball to be in Smith's hands. They just got it off the tray, and that's not where you really want the ball right now.
McKinney, Johnson on him, gets a screen from Smythe. Cubs trap McKinney. Blyden with the steal! Blyden running! Stop! It's good! 67-0, what a pick from Leroy Blyden!
And again, stepping up, getting St. Mary's can't handle with the pressure right now.
Wilson on Smith. Smith. Mary's needs a timeout! Oh my goodness, Tyler, this game is not good for my heart. Don't tell my cardiologist I was here. I don't have a cardiologist. What am I talking about?
And so, I mean, I don't even know what to say there. I mean, Coach Don's really not happy about that foul. Them giving that timeout there. Ball was kind of a bit of a loose ball. Their coach was all the way in the Cubs bench, I mean, to call that timeout. So you're not really supposed to cross that half-court line. So, I mean, Coach Don not too happy trying to point that out to the refs, but the refs are going to give it to him anyways.
Blyden picked Trey McKinney's pockets, ate all of his cookies, took it coast to coast. What a play from the sophomore. 134 left in one of these teams' seasons.
I got it. So 134, tied game, both in the bonus. So, I mean, either way, shooting free throws on any foul. And like I said, comes down, can we keep it away from Trey? I get the steal was on Trey. But, I mean, still, I mean, I'd rather, Smith or Smythe have the ball, or even Wisniewski. Let's get a strip on them and keep Trey out of this game as much as possible.
Cubs looking to complete their comeback, 67 all, 134 to play. Eaglets will inbound. Smythe will be the inbound man.
As this gym is just absolutely filled up now. I mean, all the doors overflowing.
Smythe finds Barnes. Sonny backing off. Press is looking to slow down now. Barnes, Wilson on him. Finds Wisniewski, gives it right back to Barnes. Barnes has the ball now. Slows it down, takes it all the way back. Wilson looks to press him. Barnes staying in the backcourt, takes it in on Wilson. And he travels, but they call a block on Wilson.
Yeah, I think travel. Me personally, I call it travel. Could be a UD bias, but I didn't see much. I mean, I get if he would have pushed him to the ground, he kind of had his hands on his back, so maybe that's where the ref's coming from, but I didn't see much there.
Barnes now will shoot 1-1. 1-1. The ball is live. Barnes shooting the biggest free throw of his life. Barnes gets the first one to go. Eaglets take the lead, 68. If I want my prediction of the final score to be correct, Barnes must miss this one.
Yeah, and Cubs could use, what, an extra 5?
Extra 5. Need Barnes to miss. Wilson goes down, make the 3. No, he doesn't. My score is wrong. 69-67. Eaglets lead.
Oh.
Wilson gets the ball. Who else but Sonny Wilson? Toledo commit. Mr. U of D. Finds Johnson up top. Johnson for the lead! No good! Rebound McKinney. McKinney loses the ball. He falls. Banks with the steal. Banks finds Wilson. They call a foul. They call a push. Wilson will shoot 1-1 now.
And I mean, good that we got the foul call, you know, but I mean, it's a bit of a on and off here tonight with Sonny Wilson, so.
Oh my goodness. McKinney had a great rebound and he just fell on his face. It was tough to watch. Sonny Wilson shooting 1-1 now.
Looks like a timeout from one of the coaches.
Looks like almost like an unofficial timeout. Don't really know what's happening. Both teams talking it over. I don't really know what's happening, Ty.
Yeah. I was going to put up there, you know, just like a little.
There's 41 seconds left.
I think the refs are just trying to settle this one out.
Well, they were looking for a towel. They say McKinney slipped. These teams and the slippery floor, Tyler.
Trey slipped one too many times for me tonight to call it a slippery floor. I think he just needs to get some new shoes.
Yeah, those lows are not doing him any good right now. Wilson now shooting the biggest free throws of his life. Tyler, I'd like to give some analysis, but I'm so anxious.
Yeah, it's just anxious. Yeah.
Sonny needs to be cool in this situation. Ball is live, but we need him to make both. Wilson. Misses the first.
Who calls that?
Foul on
24, Xavier Banks.
Banks on the rebound.
We're saying off the push, off the start, so that'll send Wisniewski to go shoot a 1-1 at the other end now. 41 seconds to go.
I don't mind that, but I certainly would have liked Wilson to make both.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how I feel about that call. I mean, it's 40 seconds left. They're fighting for the ball. I mean, they're both grabbing and pushing. They were pushing before the shot was even up, so I mean, you're really not supposed to do that even, so.
Just gotta let him play. Wisniewski makes the first. 3-point game. Wisniewski makes both and makes it a 2-possession game. Wisniewski. Now it's the biggest free throws of his life. Gets it to go. 2-possession game. Wilson with the ball now. Wilson has Wisniewski on him. Full court. Wilson stops, finds Hatcher. Hatcher swings to Blyden. Blyden takes it in. Tough mid-range jumper, no good. And they say it is off of McKinn. He changes his call. Referee points one way, chooses the other.
Coach Don's giving him an earful as he calls a timeout. 29 seconds to go, fourth quarter. Cubs down by 4. I mean,
I don't like that shot from Blyden.
yeah,
I don't like the pull at mid-range from the sophomore.
Like I said, I've been saying it all night. Not trying to discredit Leroy. Played phenomenal for the Cubs all year. He's a sophomore. I mean, a sophomore, 20 seconds to go in this game. This isn't your shot.
That's got to be Wilson or Banks down low.
You've been shooting over 2 guys twice your height all night. Haven't really gotten it to go. So I mean, I don't love the shot. So I mean, like I said, Grady's made it all year. If you can't make one, if you haven't made one tonight yet, I mean, it's a bit of a, you got to pass that. Like I said, let's go dribble drive. Let's get that going. We could have got an easy lay there. I mean, yeah.
Monday night. Did not expect this much pressure on a Monday. 29 seconds left to play. Cubs. This could be Sonny Wilson's last 29 seconds in a U of D Jesuit jersey, unless a miracle occurs.
And I mean, we say Sonny Wilson, Xavier Banks as well. I mean, like it's
Counting Wamba as well.
Yeah, quiet night from Xavier. Don't get me wrong, not the best he's ever played, but I mean, he's still out there. He's gotten a couple boards. He's done his job, and I mean, it's more of Sonny been, putting this game on his back and trying to get this thing done, and it's just they're coming up a bit short right now.
Cubs need some Ignatian luck now.
So Mary's has done this before. They line up in this like football offense almost, all on the baseline, and they're all going to run out. And the Cubs are going to guard it like a football 7-on-7 drill here.
I like Banks here. He used to play defense for the Cubs.
So it's like a fire. And now they're telling St. Mary's that they can't run the baseline because they can't. So they have to, all the Mary's guys have to step up, and now they're going to all run deep. And they're going to try and get a pass in. Ball tip.
Johnson steals it! Johnson, tough mid-range, no good. Rebound Wilson. Wilson blinded for 3, no good. Foul going down. Blyden had a chance to make this a 1-point game.
Yeah.
Marys will shoot 2 now.
Not much to say there.
Blyden needs to make that. Off the Johnson steal, read the play like a book. Johnson took a bad shot. He got bailed out with a rebound. Wazlewski misses the first. Cubs have a chance.
20 to go. Need 4. I mean, you're going to need a 2. I would go down personally. Go get a fast 2. That's what I would do.
I just say whatever shot presents itself first. Wazlewski, Cubs down 5. Cubs just need something right now. 19 seconds to play. Wilson runs. Wilson stops, finds Johnson. Johnson drives in. Running layup. It's good.
I don't hate that. Timeout, Coach Don. I don't hate that. 12 seconds to go. I mean, that's kind of what I kind of saw coming there. So, I mean, you're obviously going to have to foul. You have to guard Trey tight because you don't want him to go to the line. So you would probably want to send number 4 to the line. I forgot what his name was.
4 is not out. So I ripped up my roster. I got anxious.
Jaskin Wazlewski.
Yeah, Wazlewski.
So, I mean, he just went 1 from 1 from the line there. He could have felt it, a little on that last shot. I would send Mason Wisniewski to the line. I wouldn't send Smythe. I wouldn't send Trey, and I definitely wouldn't send Barnes. So I think you got 2 options. And whoever's on those 3 guys that I just named that I would send to the line, I would guard them as tight as you can. I mean, that's guarding for your life right there. And if I was Xavier Banks, if I was Coach Donnelly, I'm telling Xavier, sag off a bit. Leave him open for a second. Let him go for the steal on the pass, then foul. But you got to go for that steal off the pass first. Bait them into passing it to where you want, and then go for that steal. And then if you're forced to foul, force the foul.
Smythe, the inbound man now. Smythe finds McKinney. McKinney trapped. McKinney loses the ball to Blyden. Hatcher jumps out, shoots a 3. No good. Rebound Banks. Banks out to Wilson. Wilson for 3. No good. Game over.
And, I mean, that's who you wanted the last shot to go to. Sonny Wilson right at the end. I mean, not much you can say there. I mean,
Tyler, it's been a great season.
Absolutely.
Thank you for everything you've done for this club, all this AV stuff, all the work you've put in for these guys.
It's been a pleasure, man.
I know this is the last time I'll be calling a basketball game. It's been a pleasure calling these games for the last few years. I have nothing but love and respect for these Cubs.
Absolutely.
And to thank them for everything they've done for me. I hope this Cubs team bounces back next year. Special thanks to Comedy Nwamba, Xavier Banks, and Sonny Wilson for great careers at U of D. And thank you, Tyler Sankiewicz, for calling these games with me.
Yeah, and that's it. After 4 years in this club, that's something else, man.
Yeah, and
Goes by that fast. So
for the last time.